Title IX, when I hear those words, means opportunity, access, and equality. So I think when Title IX first started, and when I learned personally about it, it was more regarding women's athletic teams receiving the same benefits and privileges as men's athletic teams, which I specifically had a hand in my college and several other colleges in 1990. Now when we think about Title IX, sadly, it's usually in the context of sexual assaults or women not receiving the same benefits and privileges and protections as men at times.
Rachael Rollins arrived on the Massachusetts campus in 1990 as a standout athlete from the New England School Girls Elite Lacrosse team. Her freshman year, the Minutewomen went 4-10 amidst a budget cut crisis on campus. She soon learned that those Title IX protections were not entirely adhered to.
I feel like I have a very personal relationship with Title IX. I was fortunate to have been athletic in high school and received a scholarship to attend UMass Amherst and play lacrosse. And after my freshman year, we had a decent season. I had been on an amazing team prior to that and won a national championship in high school with an elite schoolgirls team. I go to college after my first year playing. We are notified that the athletic department is going to cut our team. We were not a fully funded team, meaning we only had a handful of scholarships for about 12 to 15 players, maybe 3 full scholarships. And then I find out that women's tennis and volleyball were also going to be cut. Our men's football team that had 75 full scholarships wasn't touched at all.
The inequity of cuts, along with a natural talent for leadership, led Rachael to fight to keep the program alive.
And although I didn't know a lawyer or a judge, I am the oldest of 5 children and I know what fairness is. So a few of the other athletes, female athletes, we asked for a meeting with the athletic director. He wasn't available or didn't have time. And when we got a lawyer, miraculously, he found time. And with just the threat of a Title IX lawsuit, we got all 3 teams reinstated. I saw in that moment the power of lawyers and words, and that was when I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. And you are meeting with me right now in my office where I am the United States Attorney for the District of Massachusetts, one of 2 of the oldest U.S. Attorney's offices in the United States of America, Massachusetts and Virginia. Our office was founded in 1789, and I'm the first Black woman to ever run this office.
Even upon her nomination as United States Attorney for the District of Massachusetts, she still had to fight, with the Senate voting along party lines in her confirmation hearing. And in a rather poetic sense, it took a vote from the first female and Black vice president to break the tie and usher in her confirmation. She credits much of her success in life to her opportunity to play Division I sports through Title IX.
If I didn't have the opportunity to play and compete and be excellent, I don't think you'd be talking to me here with the titles that I hold right now.
Despite her needing to battle the university in her early days on campus, her feelings now with the school are filled with pride and a belief that more schools could learn from the actions taken on campus in the mid-90s.
UMass is who I think we all need to aspire to be, right? So yes, I am the person who threatened a Title IX lawsuit against the university that gave me a full scholarship to go to college. And then they reinstated the team and now have acknowledged that those decisions back then ultimately might not have been the right decisions. What's great is they didn't make us sue them under Title IX. UMass saw the lawsuit and made the right decision right then. And now they've had me come back and talk about how exceptional my education was at UMass Amherst, which it was, right? I've had such a rich history of a college experience, right? As a full-time scholar athlete for 1 year, and then I got the privilege of being a full-time college student, not athlete, for 2 years. I pledged a sorority. I went and saw the Violent Femmes and Queen Latifah and Ziggy Marley and all the concerts that we did. I then went back to being a scholar athlete and was privileged enough to captain those 2 teams.
And as a captain of the 2 teams that returned to play following 2 years of inactivity, the university cobbled together whatever athletes and coaches were available to restart the program. They went 0-8 in the first year returning to the field and 3-11 the following year, but it was her and her teammates' determinations that planted the seeds for one of the most successful women's lacrosse programs in the country.
And all of the things that I learned at UMass are things I use every day today as U.S. Attorney, I used as District Attorney, and all the jobs that I had before then. And they've welcomed me back with open arms, and they are willing to acknowledge their past, right? And they don't dwell in the past, right? Because at the end of the day, it is a success story. Because but for UMass, I wouldn't be where I am. But for those few hard years, we wouldn't have this exceptionally talented women's lacrosse team that I know this school is really proud of. And I think if our country or other places were capable of being, as upstanding, quite frankly, as UMass is, if we could reckon with our past and acknowledge that, mistakes were made but we are going to try to move forward, I think we'd be in such a better place, quite frankly, as a nation. But I'm really proud of the way that UMass has handled this.